How's it going, gamers? My name is Rushcode, and about 4 months ago, we hit 10 subscribers on this channel, and I made this little animation as a way to celebrate. A few days ago, we hit over 25 subscribers, and I'm pretty excited about that, so I thought we'll make a follow-up video for this. And so this really cool animation is what we're going to be making today, where you can have up to like 100 dots circling around with a trailing effect and rotating and everything. Okay, so for starters, if you want to make something rotate and translate around the center of the canvas, first of all, you're going to have to make it based on where the origin is. So like the red square with the yellow circle for a center, that's the origin. And this green square is what we're going to try and rotate. And the distance between them is basically just the X value from the origin to the center here. Now, when you translate the entire canvas by half its width and half its height, you end up getting this sort of configuration where everything in the corner has now translated or shifted over to the center based on how much we pushed it. Now, if I uncomment this line, it'll begin rotating the image just before it draws it. So now you can see the squares are rotating. This one's rotating at its center because that is where the origin used to be, while the other one's rotating at some X distance away from the center. If you guys want to check out this basic animation, the program is called PINKBOARD, like a whiteboard, but pink. I've linked the source code and the presentation version in the description below. But basically, I applied these techniques to my actual program. So we can see that there's a square that's rotating around the center of this canvas. But I wanted more squares, I needed more. So I decided to make a class for the body and made a few definitions in there, like the default size and color. I then made the moving section as well, the function for getting the shape to draw itself based on the size and shape. You can also see I've included the translate and rotate lines in here, as well as pushing and popping at the end to make sure each shape individually changes and it doesn't accidentally affect other shapes. I then made an array using a for loop, and basically this line over here produces all the different bodies, as many as I want, based on the n value. And this other stuff here is basically just for creating the movement, calculating where it's going to be, and so on and so forth. So on line number 2 of this code, you can actually change the number of squares that you want. So if I just put in 20 for now, this permits me to have 20 squares, and I can pause it anytime as well to just have a quick snapshot of what's going on here. And this is pretty cool, actually, seeing all these different shapes and stuff. It's almost like a perspective view of sorts, like we're falling from the sky or something, and I don't know, things are twirling around. And while this animation is pretty cool, I really wanted you guys to be able to experience this as well. So I decided to make some buttons up here that you guys can use to interact and create your own animation of your own style. So I basically got different buttons up here, like with the shape, you can change the shape. Right now they're all squares, so they can become circles, they can become squares, they can be rectangles. They kind of look like trucks or cars going in a circle. Or they can even be this cool, weird triangular shape that I made. But if we put it back on circles for a second, we can even activate a trailing effect, which then creates this really cool sort of like a loading screen sort of thing. You can even make them spiral in or out, and even have different colors. The size can be fixed back to just I think it's a 5 pixel size, or you can make them completely random in size, and that's pretty cool to look at. And of course you can change the speed for some of them. Oh, look at that. So they're all slowing down except for this last one out here. That's a bit of a rebel. And if you guys ever want to change any of this, you can do so with the constants in the source code. So grav, for example, affects the gravitational pull when it's spiraling in or out. And these default constant values can be changed as well for whatever you want. For example, if I want the background to be black, I can do that and then change the default dot color to orange. And when you save and reload, you basically get this. And they're a bit small, so I'll click sizes to create some randomly large ones. There we go. I can make squares, and again I can pause it if I want to see what this looks like. I can unpause it, make it into rectangles, create a trailing effect again if I want. So it's pretty nice actually when you're using squares or rectangles for this stuff. You can even make different speeds. And if you wanted to do what I did at the start of this video, you just need to switch on the trails. You can make it a little more special by making it spiral. But if you have 100 dots, you can make something really cool. So if I put this up to the 4th shape, the triangles, it kind of looks like a bird nest. And then I change the colors to random and make it such that it starts to trail. It creates this really cool effect. And you can even make it spiral to create some sort of illusion thing that's happening in the middle, and I just find this simply mesmerizing to look at. So yeah, there's all kinds of animations you can make with this to do with spiraling. Have a play with it for yourselves. The link's in the description. You can also check out the source code if you want to change up the variables a bit here and there. So again, just want to thank you guys for subscribing and helping us to hit 25 subscribers. That's a big milestone for me, and I'm hoping the next milestone we can hit is 50, maybe in, I guess, a few months from now, I suppose, if I'm being realistic. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna make for that one, but I guess when we get there, we'll find out. Maybe I'll make a game about this stuff. If you guys have any ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and let me know what you think about this animation as well. If you guys want to help us get to 50 subscribers on this channel, then click the subscribe button down below, hit that like button for this video, and tap the notification bell so that you can stay up to date with everything that's happening on this channel every week. Have a good weekend, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Ooh, I just realized if you pause this and you sort of look at different places at different times, it creates an illusion. I think it looks like it's moving, but it's not. Whoa.